making amends, you know, because
Yeah,
like it was the first step when you realize, okay, stop being like, I don't know, whatever, douchebag, whatever you call yourself, you know, just like, oh, like I did wrong to people, let me apologize to them. I think that's also like a way of healing, you know, or like if someone did you wrong, you know, and they didn't apologize, to let that shit go. That is also so important. Oof. Otherwise, it's like those little bits that I mentioned, like, oh, you're gonna face yourself rotten inside. It's not just because you weren't kind to yourself. It's about like the whole world affecting you, and you know, like those bits of the soul are missing, and that what makes you like rot inside. Not just because you did something to yourself. It's not fully your responsibility because you didn't know any better, or you knew but you made a choice not to like do any better for yourself. So all those bits, like all those like bad behaviors, like back and forth, are always affecting you. You know, the this is why I think the phrase for the past 2 years is like mind your business. I was like, I'm drinking my water, minding my own business, and that's the key.
yes. Like self care. That's why I need to take more care of myself because like that was the first of many breakdowns that I had, and I had like two of them recently, where I just woke up like angry at the world, like in tears. You know,
Mhm.
um, in tears, just like I don't know why I was mad. Don't know why I was mad. I think it just had to
Did
do with a lot of
you
stuff that
try, when you have those mornings, did you try to stop and like, you know, go with that? Like ask yourself like, why the fuck?
yeah, I tried to go outside, relax, take a drive. I called people and I still felt that way. And it was just more like, I just wanted because I wanted to like I wanted somebody to be there for me, like with me,
Yeah.
like telling me everything would be okay. Um
Everything's gonna be okay. D.
like my mom or something, mom, girlfriend, that's what I wanted,
You know,
but I didn't
that's
get
very
it.
good. Like I had that like one of my questions for that. Like, why do you think like this like self-love comes from validation, I would say, but like there are different validations, right? So like self-love comes from self-validation, that like you validate yourself and you don't need others to do that
Yeah.
for you, because that's what like that's what we're looking constantly daily, like to someone to validate us, right? So like your mom telling you you're good, or like some close friend, la la la. But then I faced that myself, when I don't know, let's say, I don't know, less known person tells me like, oh, you're beautiful, or oh, you can do that, oh, you have a podcast, you're so good. Yet when my close friends, my family, telling me that every single day, or when I talk to them, you know, constantly, I tend to not to believe them, and I do tend to believe more to like some random strangers, let's say that, rather than to my family who knows me, who loves me, like no
But
matter
you got
what,
you
you
got to
know.
think about that. That's just when you growing up. They want you to do best, so they're gonna always tell you the best. I mean, I won't say they always tell because
Yeah,
sometimes like
but why don't we believe that those people have the best interests, you know, in us?
yeah,
Why don't we believe that? Why do we still like that? Like, let's say you got validation, you know, from outside, yet it's still not enough. Like, why it's not enough if that person, like my mom, my dad, whatever, they have the best interest, right? Yeah, of course they want to succeed, but that's the case. You're looking for someone who would be there for you, who would tell you like, hey, you can do this, you know, inspire you, though we don't even see like what's right in front of us.
yeah, and that's
Why do
because
you think that's happened?
I think it's because we like yeah, I heard this from you guys all my life. Now I want to hear from somebody else. You
Like
hear
some stranger, right?
yeah, you hear from your parents, you hear from your family members, but you like, damn, if somebody else tell me that, it'll add more weight to what they're saying. I think that's what it is.
Well, that makes sense. I understand where it's coming from. Yeah, I think. Hmm. But still, but those like because they know you less or something, but they already see it.
They see the potential. They see you for what you're presenting them.
But there's the thing, don't you think what they see is what you present them, which is already in you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like yeah, but you like I said, you heard this from your parents from all your life. Hearing it from other people sounds better. Like, dang, if my parents notice it, and now these other people notice it, so they must be right. That's how I look at it. If somebody tell me something and my mom said
Mhm.
it to me, and they say it to me, I'm like, damn, my mom was right. So she validated. But my mom is on always be validated.
But
But
like,
it's just
didn't
extra,
your
it's
mama whoop
extra.
your ass when she was
Yeah,
right? And she was always right. You should have
yeah,
learned
yeah,
better. She is always right.
yeah.
So,
Extra validation on top of the
my mom
validation.
is always right. My mom is right about everything but the weather. She's like, "Oh, it's so freezing outside," and I'm like, "Damn, it's freezing," because I, tend to listen to her when I got older, and I put all those like jackets, and I'm like going outside, I'm like sweating. The farm was like, because we have like different body temperatures or whatever, and I was like, "Bitch, lied to me, the fuck," But rather
Yeah,
than that, my mom is always right.
yeah, yeah. So
Mm. Okay,
that's
so
how.
what is your version of self love?
Mm. Like I said, I'm still trying to find out, but I think in my ideal version of self love is like just traveling and taking care of myself, like working out while I'm traveling, enjoying my vacations. Because I could say I went on many vacations that it's like it was like a job to me. Like I enjoyed them, but I didn't enjoy them the way I was supposed to enjoy
Mm.
them.
But then why we wait for vacation?
Yeah, you're right. You can do it every day. But I think that's just me. Like I like to travel. I like to see different things. I like to relax somewhere
Me
else.
too. Me too. But then, like you cannot travel, especially not right now.
Yeah, right now. So
So like,
uh another thing that you can do is I'm like my really good friend Valencia. It's like my sister. It's like best friend, sister, best friend. She's family. Shout out to Valencia. Come on the podcast. But um she's like, yo, you should meditate. And I'm still trying to figure out how to do that.
yo, man, like that's for real. I swear. I was like, first of all, I used to hate yoga. Till this day, I hate it. But damn, it works. Fuck. I was
Yeah,
like, that.
yoga
I think
works.
that's age. That's age.
Yeah.
Because
No,
like
I
I'm
tried
still
yoga before.
and
I like it. It was dope. I was like, shit, I'm over here doing
okay.
the
No, I'm
warrior
so
pose.
I'm so confused. Like with those like I was like, because I'm still like
Yeah, yeah,
looking
yeah.
at, I was like, and I forget to breathe, and I was like, oh fuck, I was like, that's not yoga, yoga's supposed to be like zen motherfuckers and everything.
Yeah, you're
But that is interesting because since like childhood, I was like dancing, so I was doing like splits, front like blah blah, blah like legs up, blah blah blah. Until this day, I still train, and that is my meditation, But then yoga is like way more complex than just stretching, or it's like stretching for splits. And I was like, shit. But then again, the only thing I, in my
flexible.
opinion, is wrong is when yoga people like tend to promote this like lotus pose for meditating. I hate that shit. You know how I meditate? In my bed. I just lay very comfortable, close my eyes, and I meditate. Because this like sitting shit is bullshit for me. Like I cannot say I'm like, oh my back hurts, like my
Yeah,
you have to hold your hands, and I was like, no, fuck that. Like
yeah.
I used
I
to
can't do it.
meditate.
That's style crossing my legs. That shit hurt.
Huh?
I said I can't do the crossing my legs shit that long. That shit hurts.
No, like I can do it, but then I'm just like I'm always like, is it like over or something? You just like you take your most comfortable position and you meditate. And that's the thing. When I was in India, we were living with this lady. She was like friend of like the biggest meditating dude or whatever, and she was like family with him. And there's like a whole meditation religion. I would say religion towards that. I think it called. I don't remember what's the name. Anyways, you have to stay quiet for like 40 days, no talking, nothing, just like in your thoughts. And I was like, but like, how do you meditate? Like, my thoughts are nonstop. Like, I cannot stop them. And she's like, that's the point. You will still have those, like, imagine like it's a highway and you're in the middle of a highway and those thoughts are like cars and they're moving like pass by, but you're like in the center of road and they cannot like hurt you or whatever. And I was like, damn, that's simple and deep. I was like, makes sense. So you just like, you can concentrate on your breathing. There are like so many, especially after like the first after the first lockdown, there's so many good meditation apps that guide you. So if you don't know how to do it, just guide you. And this is how you process with that.
No, I read something, or actually I heard something today. It was a quote, and it kind of made me think. Um, it was something about, it was along the lines like, nothing is alien to me that's human, because if a human did it, doesn't mean because a human did it, that means I can do it.
Exactly, that's really good thing. Yes, because again, there's like so much to our brains that we can turn like it, not even 180, 360. We can turn it 360 degrees and turn our lives upside down and like move to the version of the life you do want. Because if you do want like some other life rather the one that you have right now, you have to fucking move. And that means you have to move out of comfort zone. And self-love will help you that. Be careful like to measure that like ego and self-love, because ego can trip. But I think like the self-love, it will just like put you on a pattern that you want to move, and it will help you to get out the comfort zone that we know,
Mhm.
and like once you get out of comfort zone, you have the power.
Yeah,
No one holds you back, and you
yeah,
can do marvelous things.
that's
In
true.
my opinion, like personally, if you don't like where you're at right now, do something about it.
Yeah, that's true story. If you don't like it, do something about it. Like,
Put thumbs up, like, subscribe, hit notification buttons, because I is right.
I
Yeah.
is right. I is right. That's true. Um,
I look
I
like
do,
a fucking princess, but like according to my, all the like speeches that I'm making right now, I'm a fucking, like fairy tale godmama.
all
Nice to
right.
meet you.
I got a question for you.
Go ahead.
Um, how do you cope with bad days?
Oh man, that's a good question. I have a lot of bad days, but it's not the entire like bad day, bad day. It just, sometimes you cannot actually, no matter how positive I'm trying to stay, people annoy me. People annoy the fuck out of me, and usually, what helps me out? I want to, if I'm having like a very bad day, whatever wise, I just want to go back to my house. I want to take a good shower, very hot shower. So, like in my head, I'm washing that day off, or like
Mhm.
whatever negativity I have, I'm just washing that off. And I'm just going and, I don't know, watch my favorite series or read a book and, just fall asleep and sleep it off. Like, not to act on the actions, not to act on my emotions, of bad day. I'd rather like just stay quiet, do my favorite things. Like if it's like in the end of like working day, right? Like in quarantine or whatever, that's literally what I can do. I cannot go out, like treat myself, go out for dinner with friends. That's what I do. I just, it's nice to have someone else to hug, because I'm a very physical person. So if I have my man around, I'll just like go and hug him, just like I'm having a bad day. Whether you want to talk about it or not, there's still a person like, just there. And if that's not the case, I'll just go take a shower and sleep it off. Like in between, like doing something, make myself a really good meal, cook. If I'm very frustrated with things, I clean, which very, very much Monica wise of me, but and it also comes with the age. But because like in my perspective, if I have like, if everything is tidy around me, it's tidy in my head, because it's kind of like meditation for me, I would say. It's those simple things. You don't need to have millions. You don't need to be Kylie Jenner to like fly in your private jet to the islands to
Make you feel
make
better.
you feel better. Yeah, there's a little things, and whatever works for you. Like you watch your favorite movies or favorite series or read a book, and just try to calm yourself down and make those bad thoughts disappear. And like that's what I'm saying, like sleep on it, and then once you wake up, you have a little bit different perspective.